Okay, so I've got Bentley here. He's going to help me with this demonstration. Obviously, Bentley has had a lot of training, but he has been struggling recently with his impulse control with this particular toy. So we're going to use this as a training opportunity and also get this little video in to help show you what some impulse control training is going to look like. Here we are working in the house, partly because it's raining outside, partly because we have one very controlled distraction that I can work with. So it depends on what your dog is distracted with, but you want to be able to control the environment around you, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of teasing him with the ball, reinforcing his sit if he tries to break the sit, and then once he gives me eye contact, I'm going to reward him with that ball. Now, another thing I'm going to be working on here, along with impulse control, is his ability to drop this ball. Obviously, if you're working around other distractions, like, say, chasing a cat, this hopefully is not going to be a necessary command. But if you're working on your dog dropping a toy or whatever it happens to be that they have in their mouth, simply hold them still for a little while because they will get bored and they will let go. You're not choking your dog out of letting go. I want to be very clear on that. You're simply holding them still. You're not letting them lay down. You're not letting them stand up. We're going to stay in one spot until they drop it. As soon as they drop that object, lots of praise, reinforce that out, good boy command, or good girl, depending on your dog. So what I'm back to doing now is working on that impulse control. I'm putting him in a sit, so you see me do that upward pressure with the leash. I'm telling him sit at the exact same time I'm giving that upward pressure. As soon as his butt hits the ground, I'm going to praise it, and I'm going to tell him, good, sick a boy. So sit, sit. Now there, he's a little too distracted. He's trying to lay down to get the ball, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it farther from his kind of area of temptation. Obviously, it was too close. So he needs to go farther away from the distraction. So don't be afraid to take your dog farther away from whatever it is that they are distracted by. Don't let your ego get in the way. If you're setting them up for failure too much, then you're both going to get frustrated. So lead them away from that distraction. Work back to getting some eye contact, some self-control. Right now I'm getting sit. I got eye contact, and then I gave him that break command, which is how I release my dogs from obedience. Like I said before, I don't use the word stay ever because it just is not in my training vocabulary. We don't need that word. My dogs should stay sitting until I give them that break release command. So now I'm back to working on that out command. As you can see, this time he drops it a lot quicker than last time. You know, he doesn't drop it right away, but he does drop it more quickly, and the more times I practice this and the more praise it gets, the faster he's going to come around to dropping that ball, even though he loves it. Okay, so in review, you should practice your dog sitting and holding a sit. You may not even need a ball to begin with. It may just be enough for you to try and walk away. If that's all it takes for your dog, that's fine. Just practice on taking a step back. If your dog goes to stand up, give them that slight upward pressure on the leash. Have them put their butt back on the ground. Once they commit to sitting down, praise it. Good dog, good sit, sick a boy, sick a girl, whatever you want to mark that position with. I recommend always saying just one word, so don't say sit down. Don't say lay down. Just say sit. The smaller you keep your dog's vocabulary, the less they have to learn, the less confused they're going to be. Which goes back as to why I don't like that word stay, because it's just adding more vocabulary that our dogs don't need to learn, so it's more for them to be confused on. So, good sit, and then praise your dog, get some eye contact. If they break that sit before you give them permission to leave the sit, reinforce it, leash guide them back into the sit, eye contact again, break.